Good evening, everyone, and welcome. This is Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us. We're coming to you live here from our studio in sunny South Florida, bringing you our first impression session of PSI Presents. Tonight, we had the pleasure of showing off two games for you, and the first one we're going to talk about is Kodama the Tree Spirits.
Yeah.
But first up, who are we? I'm Matt.
I'm Josh.
And we are Twist Gaming. Thank you so much for joining us today. So, Kodama the Tree Spirits. Brief primer, what is it?
We are growing trees.
So we're tree spirits growing trees.
I don't. Maybe we're.
I'm
tree
assuming
spirits.
we're tree
Sure.
spirits.
We're growing trees. And there's little objects on the trees like
Fireflies,
flies,
clouds, stars,
caterpillars.
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 Caterpies, yes.
Yes. A Pokemon expansion coming out for it.
Yes.
And mushrooms and flowers. I don't know if you said all those.
No, I did
There's
not.
6 of them.
Okay, mushrooms and flowers. That's what I missed.
And you're trying to build these chains off of them.
For every item in the daisy chain,
Yeah.
you get more points, and I'm going to show off some of the cards here. So we each start with, and this might show off a little weird just because, spoiler alert, we are using a green screen.
Yeah.
So these trees might look a little demonic, but... so that's the base of the tree. So you set that up at the edge of your table, and you can kind of see me in that crook there. But so this is the caterpillar tree. So it's going to give you points based off of how you branch off of it. So you just need to connect this card at any section of the tree, and then each caterpillar that links back in a row is going to give you points. So in this case, you're going to have 1, 2, 3 caterpillars, and that's going to give you 3 points.
Yep.
Now, if there's a card in between that does not have a caterpillar, which of course the top like 10 cards all had caterpillars here. Come on. So
We like their caterpillars.
if this card was there, and then I tried to branch off of that branch with this, then unfortunately I only am going to get 0 points with the caterpillars. I actually get only 2 points in total because there's 2 fireflies.
Yep.
It has to be at least a chain of 2 cards
Yep.
in a row for it to count.
But you get whatever objects on there. So if you had another card, say there's a cloud on that top card, you get 3 points for the clouds and 2 points for the
Right.
fireflies.
So some nice things about this, it's pretty interesting, the mechanisms, is you can't overlap multiple cards with the one, and you can't cover up symbols, so you can't do something to that effect there. And another interesting thing, and it's neat that they did that, is that you're supposed to set up with the bottom of the card on the table edge, and then you can't go below that because trees don't grow underground. So this would be an illegal move.
Yeah.
Favorite aspects of the game? I'm going to go first because
Go first.
I beat you.
You did win.
I did win. It was a close game, though.
You won with our very weird-looking trees that just grew outwards instead
We'll
of
talk about that later.
upwards.
But I actually really liked the kind of abstract nature of this.
Yeah.
Where you're building a tree, and it's just... Trisha was saying, we're joined with Trisha from Indie Boards and Cards, and she was saying this is a very zen game. And I said, just to warn you, we get kind of backstabby and bloodthirsty with competitive games.
Yeah.
But even still, it was very calming to play. It was funny to play just because of the way our trees wound up looking.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel at all like stressed out playing the game.
No.
It was a very enjoyable experience, and it's very cute, the artwork on it. And you wind up with, every time you're going to have something unique, and I like the fact that it's not hard connection points that you need to make. It's not like there's, dots here. Like, you have to connect one here, or one here, or one here, or one here.
Well, one of the things I had was you had to, you got 5 points for every branch that had 2 or more
Touched.
cards touching it.
Right. So it actually, some of the cards encourage you to build more, multiple
More
cards.
condensed kind of
Thank you. Yeah.
branching tree limbs instead of just one really long branch.
But I like the fact that it's kind of up to you creatively for how to position your card, how much of the branch you want to cover up, how you want to angle it. I really enjoyed that aspect of it because it makes you feel like you've got more control versus I'm choosing option 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah.
I've got a wide range of options to choose from.
No, I gotta agree. I like how the points were structured. Like they're all creatures on the tree and stuff, and kind of the whole theme. I like the theme was just really nice to it. And the art's very pretty also.
Yeah, the art is gorgeous on this game.
And it just got a really nice table presence. I like the secret objective cards, even though I got dealt some really bad ones for what I was doing. So one of them was the most. I get 2 points for each element on my end pieces.
Right.
And we literally had the same 3 things come up, and there was nothing. There was no flowers. There was no caterpillars. There was just like, oh, we got stars, we've got the same kind of thing over and over again.
Right.
And then another one was like, oh, whatever you have the least of, you're going to get 2 points multiplied. And one was clouds and flowers. And there was like no flowers all game. So I'm like, this card
It's horrible for me.
horrible for you because it's going to be a 0.
Yeah. But still,
but
fact
I made
that
it
you
work,
got
and it was kind
multiple-
of
you got multiple choices too
Yeah.
for what to play. It's not like you were stuck with one objective per round.
Yeah.
You got dealt all of them at the beginning, so you can kind of tailor what you're playing and then choose what's more appropriate to save for later in the game
Yeah.
versus what you've got now. So it gave you some options, and I don't think I ever felt pigeonholed into I
No.
can't do anything. Yeah, table presence is phenomenal in this game.
no, it's very pretty.
Really gorgeous.
and I like the rule about 10 points max.
Yes.
Because you can get some just takeaway kind of.
Right, so that's one aspect of the game is you cannot go over 10 points in a round. It doesn't actually even cap you off at 10 points. It just says that's an illegal move, you can't do it.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty interesting the way that that's handled.
Yeah. But no,
Super easy to pick up too. Like the game's self-explanatory. It's you're making a tree.
yeah.
There's not a lot of hard fast rules with it. So Josh, do you have anything else that you want to say before we go into the constructive criticisms?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. So constructive criticisms, I'm just going to jump here and say that the table presence is a benefit and a bit of a downfall. And I mean that by if you watched our presentation, you'll see that we set up our trees fairly close. And obviously part of the reason that we did that is because we have limited space here to show off with the cameras. So take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But our trees grew very horizontally. And
I think that was partially our own fault.
partially our own
We
fault.
could have started growing upwards.
We could have, but it so happened to work out that that's the way the cookie crumbled. So you can have kind of these obnoxiously shaped trees where they're going to go way into someone else's territory and kind of have to just slap your hands down and just shift everything over. And it might not be a problem most of the time. Just make sure you've got the table space to play the game.
Yeah. Well, thinking normally you play with someone, you're playing like on opposite sides of the table, like in a 2-player game where you're not really gonna have that issue.
Right.
We play in a very awkward space, so that I think it's mostly, or it's all your own fault. Yeah, I think it's 100% our own fault.
Could be.
We probably could have done that a little bit better, but we had fun with our trees.
I think it was hysterical.
Yeah, it was.
So
We did it for the lulz.
we did. Any other constructive criticisms on your end?
I really don't have any. So the one thing was I got to watch the how to play video, and Trisha was showing us the first edition has like a cool little wooden meeple and some cooler bits, and I'm kind of sad that the new edition doesn't have it.
It's yeah.
It's okay. They had like these little point cards,
Yeah.
but they had like all these other little cardboard cutouts, and you could put the little tree spirits in your tree at the end and take a cool picture with them.
Oh,
it
that's
was
cool.
like that was literally all it was for. It was just like cool little things. So I kind of wish. I think she said they're available like as like a deluxe thing. It's just
Gotcha.
not part of the base game. So like that was the biggest thing.
Yeah, I don't really have any other criticisms aside
nothing.
from like your trees may slap each other. Just because the game is really awesome.
No, we
at
just
what
we
it
just made
is.
thorn bushes. That's like the big thornal patches. That's basically what it meant.
Exactly. All right, and then most important question of the evening: would you play this game again?
Yeah, this is a nice light game that it's a good filler game and just very. You said it was zen, even though me and you were slightly competitive,
Yeah,
and things
yeah.
like that. But no, it's a nice easy game.
100%. So I would definitely play this game again, especially with people who are kind of green, pun intended, to the board game
Yeah.
industry. Just because this game is very easy to pick up, there's not a lot of heavy rules, very straightforward scoring mechanisms, and it's really, really pretty. And the fact that it's got such a unique mechanism to it in how you play,
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people would stop and go, oh wow, I'm not just like rolling dice or drawing a random card or
Yeah.
it's unique and I like it a lot. So big thumbs up from me. I think big thumbs up from Josh as well. We're going to be playing this again for sure. Anything else that you want to add?
No, I think that's it.
All right, so that was our first impression session for Kodama: The Tree Spirits by Indie Boards and Cards after our PSI Presents. So with that, guys, thank you so much for joining us today, and if you haven't had a chance, go check out the PSI Presents spotlight of the game. But for now, I'm Matt.
I'm Josh.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.